Gojo will not give up. This chapter was absolutely insane. Oh my lord. Like, for everyone that like has just been a JJK fan, we have been eating good this entire arc, and I just want to say that I cannot wait to see what Gege does next. This chapter, it felt so short, but we just got so much like dialogue. We learned a couple new things, and like, bro, Gege, you gotta give us more, man. And I get it, you need breaks and everything like that, but like, wow, this was just such a like, I felt like a cliffhanger. Like, Gege is teasing everyone. Oh my lord. I can't wait to see what the next chapter is looking like. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's just hop right into the video, man. I don't even want to sugarcoat anything. This chapter was hype, and then the ending got me so excited. I cannot wait to see the freaking results of this like relentless onslaught of domains that Gojo is just spamming, because this was what I was talking about in the last video, like how Gojo was able to spam domains and everything like that. So I don't know what's going on, but I think everybody was like, okay, Gojo's gonna try to expand his domain and he's drinking it. No one knows what's going on with that. I think it has something to do with his time in the prison realm, and maybe like condensing Kurt's energy is actually makes it more powerful, because we don't know how the prison realm works. But Gojo was actually in the prison realm for like what felt like months or years. You know what I mean? I don't really know how long it was. Like, I think it felt like like he said, it felt like a very long work day. Like it was so short, but like so long you never want to do it again. You know what I mean? And but wow, like condensing his domain. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think condensing his domain is going to do? What do you think Gojo is trying to accomplish? I think he's trying to simulate like the prison realm in some way, shape, or form, because it really doesn't make sense for him to condense it, right? But you know, Gojo's understanding of Kurt's energy is just different, even like noted by Yuta. Like Yuta, watching this fight, Yuta had to redefine what was possible with Kurt's energy, or reverse Kurt's energy, man. Yuta is in shock. A lot of people are calling Yuta a fraud, which, I mean, we knew that Yuta wasn't on Gojo's level, but seeing him like this in a panic state, it's just like, okay, how did you expect to take down Kenjaku if Kenjaku is not like sweating like this? You know what I mean? And in regards to Kenjaku, it's really interesting to see his commentary on Gojo's domain, as he breaks down the fact that the only ones that aren't affected by Unlimited Void are obviously Gojo himself and anyone that Gojo is touching. So for anyone wondering why Yuji wasn't affected by Unlimited Void when they first used the domain against Jogo, this is why. And you know, it does make a lot of sense, and it actually does go to show that how like smart and in the moment Sukuna is, if he did come up with this himself. You know what I mean? By realizing that all he has to do is just make physical contact with Gojo. So you know, as this information spurs on, you know, Sukuna goes to press Gojo, and obviously like Gojo ends up losing the fight, because Sukuna, not only is he pressing Gojo, but he also increased the range of his domain. And with that being said, like we actually get to see like just how far like Gojo is willing to go, because you would think, right, after losing this domain clash, that Gojo would just like leave it be, but he's not. And instead, as Sukuna goes to use his attack again within his domain, Gojo activates another barrier technique, which is kind of like simple domain, but not really. It's like a stronger version of simple domain, right? The one that still allows for him to use his technique, but like that way the slashes are like very shallow. You know, it's like a souped up simple domain, you know what I mean? And it's actually interesting that Kusakabe has information on this, because it's like, bro, Kusakabe, for you to be this regular person, you sure have so much information on like the big three clans, which is like, that just goes to show like how much knowledge and like wisdom Kusakabe has had over the years dealing with these three major clans, right? You know what I mean? And honestly, dog, these chapters just keep getting better and better as we expand upon Jujutsu and like what it means to be a sorcerer. And obviously Gojo is pulling out all of the stops, like even in the event that he loses, which I don't think Gojo will lose, right? But even in the event that Gojo loses, everybody's spectating this, right? He's giving his students tips just by demonstrating what's possible and what's not possible. You know what I mean? Obviously Yuta had a pretty shell-shocking experience, you know what I mean? But hopefully his students can pick up on some of these tips, and Yuta having to redefine what's possible. Maybe Yuta tries to experiment. He wants to take down Kenjaku, but like without experiencing a fight like this and like truly like learning from Gojo's creativity, I don't even think Yuta would have stood a chance against Kenjaku. So now it stands to reason that Yuta could possibly do something against Kenjaku just based off witnessing this fight. You know what I mean? And vice versa. Obviously Kenjaku can pick up some tactics, right? But this is just like, for anyone thinking that Yuta didn't stand a chance against Kenjaku, this is showing that maybe Yuta might learn from this fight. You know what I mean? And obviously the moment that I'm pretty sure everybody else was just waiting to talk about from this chapter, which is Gojo like unleashing another unlimited void and everyone in the crowd being confused, but like instead of like making it like larger, which everyone thought he was doing in the beginning, him condensing his domain into like this sphere like shape in this tiny little orb. It looks like if I were to like compare it to anything, it looks like a tiny truth seeking orb, you know what I mean? And just I don't know, what do you guys think compressing his barrier could mean, right? Is it like a new technique or something? Is he trying to emulate the prison realm or like aspects of the prison realm, which is like my theory? I feel like this is really connected to the prison realm, because there's no other way like we've seen any like type of barrier being like that short unless it's the prison realm. And like a lot of people wouldn't equate the prison realm to a barrier. I do, for reasons that like it's really like shutting down everything, and I don't know, I think it's very similar to the prison realm in my opinion. But you guys could obviously let me know in the comments below what you think like his purpose for condensing this is. I personally, I'm just excited to see that. But that's pretty much the end of the chapter. Like, what do you guys think is going to happen next chapter? And obviously, like, a lot of people, I just want to address a couple things. For one, a lot of people are saying that Gojo is taking the lead like in the next fight. A lot of people saying Sukuna has the lead. I think that Gojo isn't losing, right? Obviously, like, Sukuna has had the upper hand for like the past couple of chapters, right? But you have to keep in mind, Gojo has never fought an opponent like since Toji that has made him have to try this hard, you know what I mean? Like, he's never had to try in like years this hard. Even when he was getting jumped by the disaster curses, like, he wasn't really even going full power because he had so many civilians around him. He literally couldn't go full power. This is the first time we get to see Gojo go all out, and he might be a little rusty, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the chapter. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think and what you want to see for the next chapter. Also, if you could do me a very huge favor and subscribe to Bulkor. I could be saying his name incorrectly, but he makes amazing content. He makes amazing Blue Lock videos, and he might even expound into other anime and manga-based content in the future. He's close to 1,000 subscribers, so please help him out. And obviously, I want to get to 100K too. 100K, wow. I do want to get to 100K, but I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you so much. Peace. Have a good one.